Hello, hi. This is Li Ching. I'm from Transformation and Health Series. Today, I just want to ask you a question. What is the most important things that people are concerned about? You probably going to say it's finance. So many people has lost job or they are looking for new job. But what can they do? Because do they need to go back to school? That's going to take a lot of time, or their family is in burden. They can't wait for 3 or 4 years for them to get another job. I know a person who has dedicated his life to help other people to find other options. So today, I want to let you know I met Malcolm a few years ago, and he was a frequent speaker on a business call, and he often give a lot of good advice. So today I just want to bring him to join us at this community transformation and health. So hello, Malcolm, how are you doing?
I'm fantastically, Ching, and thanks so much for inviting me to share what I do and my message.
Great. Malcolm is from Atlanta, Georgia, but actually originally he's from what country?
I'm from Wales,
Wales,
part
the
of the United Kingdom. Yeah.
United Kingdom. He speaks just a perfect accent with whatever country that's Wales is like a part of England, right?
Yeah, it's like Canada being part of America, but it's close. They're neighbors.
Okay, so I'm all totally lost on that, but
Yes,
never
no
mind.
problem.
I just want to know, Malcolm, how did you become a business coach?
Well, that's a real good question, and in your introduction, you hit so many points that are so critical to people, and they are in uncharted waters for many. I for many years did the corporate thing, by sort of identified I'm not originally from this country, and I worked for a really large company that moved myself and my family here on a contract, and we ended up staying. So we've been here nearly 20 years now. Um, that company, like so many other companies do, went through a reorganization, and I just had a promotion, I just had a raise, I was a part of a really exciting team, and we were doing a lot of good things for the company, but we got defunded. The budgets got taken away. So for the first time in my life, a career change was not my own. And there I was in my mid 50s, in a strange country, really didn't have a network. And the irony was, my job was building networks around the world for the company. But locally, my own network was missing. So when the dust settled, I thought, right, what do I do? And I went back to some of my original thinkings that I would always say you should never hire people unless they could create a business on their own. They had an entrepreneurial spirit. So for many years I was in sales. I grew sales teams, and so I started to apply some of these things. So in essence, if you imagine a situation where somebody later in life um, has gone through a change where their job has gone away, say they're in the late 50s, early 60s or wherever, they've been really good at being an employee, they can do the job really well. Um, Probably they don't have much of a network outside. What can they do? Well, so many would wither and retreat into themselves, and I say that that's unacceptable. I went through it. I had a small amount of that, and I kicked myself in the backside and said, "Nope, we're going to get up, and we're going to fix this." So now I share that message with others, and what I say is, start with looking at the problem that you used to solve for somebody else, and think about how you could leverage that into your own business, to solve problems as an independent. Now, for some, they start to think of the the job going away while they've still got it, and that's the ideal time to start the thinking. So back to you.
So just another question is, some people would think it would take a lot of money in order to build themselves up. So is this something that they had to put a lot of money in,
No.
or no?
No,
Okay, so
certainly not. They can leverage the skills they have. And I would say if somebody has a personality, they've got some passion, then you need to connect a product to it. And then it's understand who the customers are and who could, you know, be a typical user or looking for their problem to be solved. So the crazy thing is there is so much talent
mhm.
that's in people that are a little bit older. But maybe sometimes the passion of working, working for one company for too long, their passion is gone. So if they think ahead about what could happen and then start to prepare for that. And I work on skills. I work on confidence building. I work on sales, marketing, teach them the whole kind of approach to business. And maybe teach is a wrong word. I don't teach people anything. It's in everyone. I believe there's a book in everyone, there's a marathon in everyone, and there's a business in everyone. And it's my job just to work with them and bring it out and bring it to the surface and turn it into action. So that's what I do. And
Okay, Malcolm, you know, a lot of people, they don't like to go out and sell things for anybody. They just want to work for a company. So how can they get out of the mode of being so fearful and feel like they're just not able to do that? They had to work with somebody for a company. They
yeah.
will be willing to go door to door too, but they just won't do it for themselves. How do they break out that mode?
Well, there's sometimes necessity is the mother of invention. Things have to be done. They need to get out of their comfort zone. And sales, I've always believed, it's about fear and it's about risk. And for so many people that say, well, I couldn't sell anything, they are fearful of hearing the word no and having the rejection. Now, most of these people would be married, they would have been employed. Well, there are two examples where they sold themselves.
Mhm.
They sold their capabilities. They sold their trustworthiness. They sold themselves, as being a responsible person to someone else. So they have the fundamentals already. They just unlearned them, and I jokingly would call it, free coffee and the soft toilet paper. We can get comfortable in that. And for many years, I was that guy, but no longer. There are ways to get out. So, if I put things into a nutshell, I show people how to adapt to change and transform, take the journey into them creating the business of them. And that can be while they're still working and they're thinking ahead, or it can be, hey, I've lost my job. What do I do now? But I encourage everyone, don't go it alone. Don't sit, don't stumble, reach out and just get someone to work with.
So Malcolm, you are the one of the person that they can reach out to you if they want to, and you have a website called neverinterviewagain.com.
Yeah.
So what is in that website?
It's a little bit tongue in cheek, but it says it very succinctly. You can never interview again if it's a choice. And there's just some general bits of information. There's a little video setting the scene, but it's really to provoke the conversation, for somebody to reach out and say, tell me what I could do. And then we would talk then about, well, what their beliefs are, what they believe they could want to do going forward. And it can be so freeing and so much enlightenment and so enjoyable for people once they get over this sense of fear and have that replaced with a sense of determination. It truly, things can be so exciting. And if we go back and look at what our great grandparents did, they didn't work for other people. They typically did something themselves. They put shoes on horses, they made bread, they painted, they did something. So we've got to get this entrepreneurial spirit back and alive, and because it's been thrust upon many of us, and if we don't adapt, we will wither. So
So the acre of diamonds right in their own hand. If they'd be willing, just reach out and do something. And, like someone like you, a business coach. So how long does it take them to be with a coach in order for them to get back on their feet or do something new to, be more successful in life and in business?
Well, this is like learning to dance. Okay, you can have one lesson and you can be a clumsy dancer. You can have 20 lessons, you'll get a bit better. If you want to learn all the different dances and be good at them, that can take a long time. It's like doing martial arts and so on. So myself as a coach, I have a coach, and they put me on the straight and narrow. So this is something that is ongoing, and we build value into it, and really these things have to be sort of self-funding or whatever. And that's it. Once you start building a business, you want to go to one level and then to another and then to another. And those different levels could be freedom, they could be monetary, they could be, accomplishment, they could be giving back to charity or anything like that.
And Malcolm, do you also give like any free, like a little bit of trial so they don't pay, they could get to know you and then talk to you first, see if it would be a good fit?
Yeah, and exactly, because that everyone's different. When people ask me, "What are you a coach?" I said, "Yes," and they say, "Well, what do you coach on?" I said, "It depends on the person."
Mhm. Okay.
It's under the surface. We just got to bring it out. And yeah, sure, talk for 30 minutes, talk for an hour. And if we're going to begin a relationship where we're going to be working closely and intimately together, for success, then that first in-depth conversation is very valuable.
So what kind of person would be ideal person to be coach? Because there are some may not be ready for this kind of environment.
Mhm.
So what are you looking for people? What kind of quality are you looking for?
Um, I'm looking for people, and well, they find me often. They say, "Look, I've got this situation. I know my working life isn't over, but I'm finding it more difficult to get a job. I don't want to buy a franchise. I can't afford a pizza restaurant. And nowadays, with all the different dynamics, show me how I can build something for myself." So this is people that have an entrepreneurial spirit. Many just are a bit scared, and we work on that. Okay, and
What if they
this
don't
is.
know? What if they don't know about computer skill? Because I think yours are online. So do they need to know about computer first?
And fortunately, unfortunately, the computer is a tool for business. And I actually work with a lot of people that buy computers and are hoping to run their businesses on them, and they struggle. So we work on some of those things. I've got some online trainings. I've got online,
Mm-hmm.
things for Microsoft Office and other things like that. And so it's if we get a diamond, like you said, a diamond in the rough. When they polish a diamond, they take some of the edges off, they put some flat surfaces on, and they make the diamond shine. That's exactly what we would do. That's the process.
Wow, that's wonderful. I'm glad that you give us so much good news. So what I'm saying is there anything else you want to tell our viewer that what they should do to make their life better?
Don't be fearful. Take everything as an opportunity. You probably don't know how powerful and successful you are, and don't go it alone. I did when I started out. I'd had businesses in the past, and I thought, well, yeah, I'm okay. No, things change, dynamics change, people change, and so on. But get some advice, get somebody working with you, and a coach isn't a friend. A coach will hurt your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. They might
okay,
kick you on the butt sometimes.
if you need it, if you need it, okay. But
It might be good. So
all right.
So I appreciate, Malcolm, that you came today and to give your time and to share with us. So I hope some people will reach out to Malcolm because such a wonderful person and he's so helpful and very detailed. If you need anything, he'll walk you through step by step. He never hurry because my husband and I have been helped by him a few times, and we really appreciate Malcolm. So just please reach out to him and then get to the website called neverinterviewagain.com. And that phone number is there. You can also reach out just by calling him on the website. And thank you so much, Malcolm. And thank you for being with us today. And wish you have a very, very good day and continue to better your life with transformation and health. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Li Ching. And I love the format of what you're doing here. You are going to help people. Okay.
Thank
and
you.
this is, and it's a nice, it's the most gratifying things that we can do. Okay.
Thank you. You have a
Bye-bye.
great, bye-bye, everyone.